Hello, I am Kristen Davies and I'm broadcasting in Intuitive Angel Messages. But I also have a lovely sister page called Leadership of Light. You can find that on Facebook and you can find Leadership of Light on YouTube as well. I'll place all that in the description box below. Um, so today, hello, everybody's coming on now. Today I'm going to be channeling Mary Magdalene. Some people like to say Mary Magdalena. I just said to her, which one do you prefer? She says either one. So I'm super, super excited about this because I have not channeled her yet, and I can't believe that I haven't yet. I've channeled Mother Mary, I've channeled Jesus, I've channeled, and another one I would love to channel is Saint Germain. I would love to channel him as well. His energy is amazing. You can always ask him to bring in the violet flame, and that is just tremendous, tremendous at healing, and it's just so soothing. It's wonderful. So Mary Magdalene came through Kate when I was practicing with her in the Master Channeling course. And I remember saying, oh my God, wow, yes, of course. And the energy was so incredible. So many of you were watching that who are in the Master Channeling course. And I really felt like this is an energy that I wanted to channel again. So here I am. Apparently Kate has her with her all the time, channeling all the time. And I was like, how awesome is that? She feels, how do I explain how she feels? How do you want to give a description of yourself? Or nurturing, warm, loving, all-knowing, receptive, caring, and so much more. Yeah, that's exactly right. You know what she feels like to me too right now is I feel like she's stepping up to the plate with me, and she is being like a big sister or like a girlfriend to me. That's what it feels like right now. And it's just something that I'm really cherishing. I'm just really loving that. And any one of us can call her in. You don't have to be religious. It has nothing to do with religion, I don't think. What do you think? She's like, eh. She says, if you feel a religious connection with me, or a connection with me through religion, um, that's just fine. If you have no connection to religion, she would love for you to connect with her anyways. She's just able to do a lot of things from the other side, if you want to call it the other side. She's right here. She's able to help us in a lot of ways. And so if you feel like you need help with anything in your life, call her in. Call her in to help you. She's talking about the feminine divine energy that is rising on the planet right now. And she has her hand in that. How awesome. She's overseeing that. She's looking after that energy rising within and throughout everyone, not just women. So when she's helping the feminine divine energy rising within men, she's helping their male or masculine energy balance and smooth out, even out, while the divine feminine is rising. How amazing is that? That's so cool. That is so cool. It's all a balance, isn't it? Okay. Let's see what else she's saying. Oh, okay. Sounds great. We're just having a little chat with her right here, but now she's going to begin. Okay. I'm ready. Many of you see me as a religious figure, an icon, or a religious saint. She's smiling warmly at that. She says, you can see me in whichever way you choose. Call upon me, call my name, and I'll be right there. I am an omnipresent being of light and love, which means I can come to each of you, and there are no time or space constraints for me. Wow. I don't know if any of you guys can feel that right now, but she's just blasting her love for all of us right straight at you and out of me and around me. She is showing me an image of her embracing each of us in her arms. And she says that many of us need a really good hug right now. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? So she says, when you call upon me, I will come and give you my a hug, my embrace. I will come and embrace you. I love each of you. She says, just as my partner here, Jesus, loves each of you unconditionally, without any condition. Wow. She says, let's put me on the spot for a little bit. Okay. I'm ready. I'm used to it. Use me as the example. Okay. Ready. She says, it's been a bumpy and turbulent time for you, has it not? Yeah, it has been. More so than you're used to. Yeah. She says, your emotions got the better of you. They sure did. They sure did. But she says that I have only been this worked up, angry, or upset one other time in my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All true. She says, so what have you learned from this experience? I've learned to go inward. So instead of placing blame on other people and being, you have to process your emotions, but it's better first to walk away, step back. Better to say nothing than something that will be harmful, and better to take no action, and better to say nothing and step back and walk than do things that you will later regret. And then I focused on a lot of tapping to release it. I did some red rooming. If you want to know about red rooming, picture a nice red room, and you can place whomever you wish in that red room. And you can just let out all that emotion with that person in the red room. And then the red room contains that energy so it's not sent out and doesn't affect others or yourself. So red rooming is hugely amazing. You can go and see Rebecca McCann on YouTube to learn more about tapping, EFT tapping, and red rooming. So I was doing a lot of that and grounding. Yeah, so I would say I've learned in this experience to walk away and don't take any actions and don't say anything when triggered or angry or upset or heated. Yeah. And then I would say focus inward, because that's the only way to go, really. She says, pointing the finger at the other person, where did that get you? Not very far. Not very far. Felt good in the moment, though. Felt good in the moment, but ultimately, I know when I'm pointing a finger at somebody else, pointing the finger at me, because I know we are all one. I know that we are all one. So she says, yes, that's it. That's it. She says, like I'm in training. And I am learning, on the job learning. Think I'm perfect. I'm not. I am not perfect at all. And I think it's so important to be transparent, especially as you're walking forward in the light working community, and also being a light worker, because as everyone's vibrational frequency rises, they're going to be sensing your vibrational frequency and seeing a lot. So best just to be transparent anyways, because they're all going to be able to sniff you out a mile away. Anyways, go ahead. Yes, this is true. Now, the reason in which I chose to put Kristen on the spot is for her to be aware of her own vibrational frequency, her own choices, decisions, and actions taken, and to remind her that when you take these choices, decisions, and actions in a heated moment, when triggering, you can greatly affect those around you, and including yourself, in a detrimental way. And yes, it is best to step away, walk away, decompress, cool off, stop conversing with that other person until you are more level-headed. Also, she says, seek the guidance and the answers within, and also within your with your divine team, whether that is your angels or Jesus or myself. She says, because from the other side now, our vantage point looking in at this situation is that there's a bit of a mess to clean up now. We have to shift this all vibrationally, energetically, and try to essentially fix it. Two stubborn people came together and collided, and the outcome has been messy. Now Jesus is popping in and saying, this isn't over yet. Lucky me. No, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. And I can joke all I want, but that's pretty much it. And so, where do you go moving forward from here? Going within, more internal work to be done, rest and relaxation, getting prepared for what is to come, tapping to release. She likes that I'm exercising at the gym to also release and ground myself. So where is the lesson for each of you in this example? This is the lesson. Remember, as you step forward in your life experiences, that it is not just about you and how you feel. There's a much bigger, broader perspective, a much bigger, broader, bigger picture involved. your choices, decisions, and actions vastly, greatly affect those around you and their vibrational frequency. And also, she says the mass consciousness on the globe, it also affects the mass consciousness vibrational frequency as well. She says, you can't see what we see from our perspective. She says it was like she said watching me and this other person was like watching World War III go off energetically, vibrationally. And she says that they just sat back and watched as it all went down. She's joking, saying that she's making a joke. She's saying that they just kind of sat back and ate their popcorn watching as World War III went off, like as far as energy is concerned. The experience and the energy. She says hearts were broken. Hearts, not just one. She says, I need a hug. Yeah. Yeah. So she says that she's ready to take your questions. If you would like to have any questions for her, I will try to get to as many of you as I can, okay? So if you have a question for Mary Magdalene, please type your question. If you can make it very, if you just have it more vague, I'm likely going to skip the question. If you have a specific question for her or a question where it's going to help all of us, then I'll likely take your question. Just letting you know. If it's a vague question, it'll likely be just a vague reply. I'm not saying it will be or won't be. I'm just saying that's the energy behind it. Mm-hmm. Belinda, I need a large room. You see, because most of us, we stuff stuff down, and that's what I've done over my lifetime too. Stuffing, stuffing, stuffing. And so when somebody comes and hurts you, you're already here. And so you're like a easy to explode keg, you know? So you definitely, red rooming is so important to get things off your chest in a safe way where it won't affect others vibrationally. Okay. Oh yeah, we're all in training. It never ends. Amen to that, Luann. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I seem to be having some internet connection issues today. I hope that everyone can see me okay. Um, well, you know what I'm saying. Like when you come up and you're interacting with people, it's just like an empath. Um, so when an empath is around people, they can sense things that maybe somebody that isn't an empath can. So here we are ascending and we're anchoring more and more light. So everything's going to become more and more transparent and easy to more. It's going to be easy. She's just answering this. It's going to be easy for us to get glean information on individuals. Yes, pick up other people's vibrational frequencies easily. Yeah. So Kellyanne's asking, is anybody else getting this right in the heart right now? I'm getting it more in the throat. Yeah, lots of rest. So anybody have a question for Mary? Yeah, you're getting it really strong. Yeah, strong heart energy. That's her. Hmm. She's saying right now, you know, there's a lesson to be learned with everyone and everything. And everything happens for a reason. Everything is playing itself out for a, she's saying everything is happening for a reason. Okay. So, here's one question. You can only control your own vibrational frequency. How do you help other negative, low vibrational people? Do we just laugh it off and walk away? So you want to answer that one, Mary? She says, simply put, I ask that you do not take action steps and say words that you may regret. And yes, she agrees that you only have your own vibrational frequency to focus upon. That's the only thing that you do. She says she doesn't like the word control, but that's the only thing that you can focus on. So when others come in your proximity that are lower vibrational, simply allow them to be as they choose. However, if they step over the line and encroach upon your boundaries, you do have the right to stand firm and use calm, assertive words at that time. But again, best to step back and walk away. If you feel as though you're going to trigger, the words you're going to speak are going to be harmful or hurtful in return. Simply allow them to be as they choose. Your energy at that point is now influencing them. You being calm and assertive is now influencing their energy, helping them calm. And if not, simply allow them to be as they choose. She says some people trigger way quicker than others. She's talking about people with a hot-headed and have a temper. She's even saying a narcissist. They're quick to trigger real quick. Not saying everybody is. That's not what I'm saying. No, and that's not what you're saying. But she's just giving an example. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a great question. Are you still in love with Jesus? Oh, there aren't even any words to put to what she's showing me. In human terms, yes, love. She says that we're the same, we're similar, we're like, but we are of one energy. She adores him, and he adores her, and they love each other forevermore, eternally. That's a good viewpoint of what it is between the two of them. She loves him eternally, forevermore. And they work together often on the other side to help everyone who calls upon them. And the mass consciousness here on the planet, they're coming back and they're returning. They'll fully be here, and their energy will be fully present here upon the earth, leading up, and then fully here on by 2021. She says people seem to think that there's going to be some like big event happening when we return. Most of the population won't even feel us, won't even know that we're here. But those of you that are in alignment, connected, higher vibrational, ascending, oh, you will know. You will know. She said there will be no catastrophic event. Far from it. This will be the return of the Christ consciousness energy upon the earth plane. And you can look upon this time as being the golden age. It'll be golden. Higher vibrational. Wonderful. Joyous. They're very eager and excited to begin working with each of us more hand in hand, like one-on-one. Wow. Yeah. She says there's no mystery here. There's no um there's no do you want to use another word? She's saying there's no secret here. There's no secret. There's no like encryptive secret here. It's just simply put as this: we are returning, and we are going to be encompassing our energy surrounding the planet in order to help each of you, those of you who call upon us, especially. But she says overall, the energy around the globe will drastically rise up. Those who are still entrenched in the me, me, I mindset, in the 3D mindset or vibrational frequency, they will continue to create more of what they are thinking. Because as we move forward, the energy is going to pick up, and the thoughts in which we house within our minds will manifest at a much faster pace. So they may create more chaos within their life experience. But there will be many of you who will be experiencing the opposite, who will be acutely aware of your own vibrational frequency and the thoughts in which you house within your mind, knowing full well, do I really want to manifest this into my reality? No? Okay, I'm going to hand it off to my team of angels, and I'm going to shift my attention off of those low vibrational thoughts. And then she says you can turn to high vibrational, positive, or abundant affirmations to change that within your mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of you are feeling her energy. Okay, okay. So Luann is asking, is there one most important thing that we can do as a collective to move others forward into awakening? She says, yes, go within, do the inner work, release that which is no longer needed. Old thought patterns, old belief systems. She says the tapping works really well to release, also mentally or verbally, handing off low vibrational thoughts and any issues that you're having in your life. She says you can hand them off to me, you can hand them off to your team of angels, you can hand them off to Jesus. She says even if you have a deceased loved one that you really cherish on the other side and you feel comfortable handing off any problems in your life, you can hand it off to them, and then they and their team of angels and your angels will sweep in and collect the vibrational energy of that issue or thought and transmute it into the light. That's wonderful. So she says, as far as helping others, we need to first ourselves essentially go within, right? Um, uh, be acutely aware of our own vibrational frequency and the thoughts in which we house. And when we are able to hold level, then the calm within the storm, we are in the eye of the storm, then we can help others. Yes. Wow, people are really feeling your energy in their throat and in their heart. Amazing. I'm getting in the throat big time. So how do you set boundaries with others when you let go? So you let go, you allow them to be as they choose. Calm, assertive words. And she says what's really important is the words that you speak and your actions must match up. And you must hold your words and your actions every single time. Calm and assertive. She says, but in order to get there, walk away and cool down. She says, for as long as you need. And then, she says she loves like go and exercise and get that out, or red rooming, like get it out, tapping, releasing it, pacing, and red rooming, yelling in your red room, getting it out, getting the anger out, getting the irritation and the frustration out. When you've nice and calmed down, then you're more likely to be able to effectively use your words and the choice of words that you use better, more calm and assertive. And you're able to be aware of your vibrational frequency and not allow the other person to trigger you again. Oof. Okay. Wow. Will Margaret go into business for herself? Oh yeah, the answer is a full-blown yes. It's an absolute yes. She's just saying that it's a matter of taking action steps in the direction in which you're guided to do. And that will be coming. It's reaching out also to have others help you. So if you know someone that is, she's using examples. So like in marketing, if you know someone that's really good at marketing, you'd reach out to them. If you know somebody that's really good, that can help you with a YouTube channel, you'd move in that direction and move and get help from them. Those are examples. Okay. Okay. So Sue would like to know right here, she'd like to know, will I be cured of chronic fatigue syndrome? They're saying as you anchor more and more light moving into the future, as you move along, you'll anchor more and more light. And you'll get a lot of energy from this light. Light and love, God, source, energy pulling forth into your body, into your light body, helping you ascend. That's why a lot of people are having ascension symptoms, especially this week. The one thing that I hear from Jesus in the future is I'll get so much energy from this light coming in that I won't need to eat as much and I won't need to sleep as much. Both things I really love to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm already noticing right now, like I just don't feel like eating as much food. I eat smaller portions and I eat lighter food, and there's no way I can touch fish and meat right now. No way. It's not even like I smell it and I see other people eating it, and that is like attracting me, but the actual putting it in my mouth and into my body, no way. No way. Okay, so Nathan's asking, how do you see things that have improved on Earth plane and those that have actually become worse? What is the biggest misconception people have about you? She says everyone is exactly where they are meant to be and where they choose to be. She says it's just a matter of most individuals are not aware of their own vibrational frequency. They are not aware that their thoughts that they house within their minds are creating their reality, the law of attraction, watching The Secret. She says, yes, simple. However, putting into practice on a regular basis, that is what is needed. Being acutely aware of your own vibrational frequency at all times. What does that take? Being aware of the foods that you put into your body. Most of the foods that she sees in the grocery store isn't even food, not nutritious food. A lot of people like to put toxins into their bodies, like cigarettes, alcohol, and other types of drugs. And there won't be any room for that moving forward if you are going to be ascending, for those who will be ascending. And it's not just about the thoughts in which you house. It's also the thoughts or the words in which you speak. Being the still observer of the thoughts that you house within your mind is crucially important at this time. She can't emphasize this enough. It is this important that you are aware of the thoughts in which you house within your mind. She says that all the thoughts that you have had in your past, if you believe the past, okay, there's really only this present moment, but all those thoughts are a culmination of this manifested experience within your life now. So everything in which you are thinking now, you will bring forth into your life experience. Most people like to blame somebody else rather than going within and turning within and going inward. So she suggests that you go inwards firstly, when you have an issue with anyone or anything else, go within. She says that they're really proud of a lot of us. She's aware of everything that is transpiring on the earth, and now help is on its way. If you want to look at us as being help, we're just going to help. She says we're really first and foremost going to be helping the light workers coming in first, and she says that's already started to happen. And it's going to pick up speed moving closer in towards 2021. And then anybody that would like their help, whether they're aware of their presence or not, you can even pray for others and ask them to help those in your life, and they will come. So even those that are unaware, you can call upon them to bring them in to help those in your life. And she really would love for you to do this. Really, really. And even she says, you can ask us to come and help the whole collective here. And like she says, a simple way of doing this is just picturing the earth encompassed in brilliant white light. And then you can even just simply say, Mary, Jesus, come help the planet, come help everyone here. You can just do something like this. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a great question. Is Jesus your twin flame? She's kind of chuckling at that because she says all of us are the same energy. She prefers your wording there, sacred partner. Yes, sacred partner. He is, yes, forevermore. Mm-hmm. She's chuckling at that. Okay, so, but when you were on earth with Jesus, was he your soulmate? Sacred partner. She's just going with sacred partner. Okay. Oh, isn't that fascinating, Gemma? They come in together for you nowadays. Well, isn't that amazing? Whereas before, for me, it was always Mother Mary and Jesus coming in to see me, probably because I didn't have much information on Mary Magdalene. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Okay, so everyone wants to know how are they moving along, hearing, seeing, feeling, knowing spirit? So I'm just going to get her to go ahead and answer that one for everybody. Tuning in, hearing spirit, being guided by spirit, connecting with spirit, your angels, your loved ones. She points at me and she says, you should probably answer that one. No pressure. She says, you know better than anyone else. Well, here's the thing. In order to connect with them, you've got to be aware of your mind. And if your mind is like running all over the place all the time, I would sit quietly and create still moments throughout your day. A lot of us have those still moments when we come out of sleep or out of meditation. It's whatever you're doing that allows you to have a quiet mind. Some of us may have that while we're driving. And then that is the moment where you practice connecting with spirit. And don't give up. Do not give up. Keep practicing and be patient. Um, and, I always, well, Eric, everybody recommends this book, which is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, which just helps you zone in on your own vibrational frequency and your own thoughts. And then once you're done reading that book, it is a new earth. That's why it is labeled a new earth, because your life experience is forever changed after reading that material. I feel like from what I've seen in the Master Channeling course and what I've seen in the Lightworking community is everyone is now stepping up to these next levels, and everyone is at their own pace, and that's fantastic. What matters most to me is that one continues to practice, and that one creates a still mind, a calm mind, in order to connect with spirit. If you're busy all the time and you have a lot of stress in your life and your mind is running on overdrive, practice moving in another direction where you're creating more rest and relaxation and calm, grounded experiences in your day-to-day. So going outside and grounding often, leaning on a tree and reading a book. Grounding is so important. Oh my gosh. How can I expect to be connecting with such high vibrational energy if I'm not grounding into my body? Whew, that is so important. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's feeling her energy in your throat. Okay, so just a couple more questions. Okay. So red rooming is, you picture a red room. You can see it in a mansion, you can see it in a house, or you can just see the room, and it is red. And you take that person, or that, well, I would probably work on one person at a time. So that person that has hurt you or that you're having issues with, and you see them in this red room. And you say, okay, I'm red rooming now, and everybody knows you're going to be red rooming. Then you pace up and down in your home, and you just let that person know what you think of them and how you feel about them, and you just get all that anger and frustration out, so that you're not stuffing it down where it could potentially affect you physically and obviously emotionally. And then you won't trigger as easily in the future if you're getting all this emotion out that you've been stuffing down. It's about getting it out. It's about getting this low vibrational energy out, so that you're much more calm and grounded, and you don't trigger as easily when other stressful events happen in your life. You'll go, oh yeah, okay. Okay, so that's red rooming, and any one of us can do this. If you feel like you'd like it to be a blue room or a yellow room, you can go ahead and do that. But personally, when I've got a lot of anger and I'm heated, it's red. And then I place, and I'll even do a mansion. So, okay, I got that person in this room, and that person in that room, that person there, and that person there. And then I go room to room. And I picture walking into the mansion, I'm opening the door, I'm letting that person know how I really feel, but it's all contained in this red room space, so it's not actually going out and directly impacting the mass consciousness or that person. And that's what's most important here. You need to get the emotion out, but you don't want to directly impact them vibrationally. That's really important. And I feel like that is why it's so important, to do red rooming rather than venting how you feel on social media, because you don't realize how that energy and those words impact everyone who is reading them. It's really important to speak up and say how you feel in a safe space where it's not going to directly impact those the mass consciousness, or the people in which you are dragging through the mud. But that again is up to others' free will, choosing. You just will never see me do that, ever. Mhm. Oh, Alexis, yes, she hears every thought that you're thinking. So whatever you want help with in your life, ask her. She knows what you're thinking, because thoughts are like energy thought forms. They are out, they're like and then they pick up on every one of them. There's not a thought in your mind that you're thinking that your angels don't know about. And what a freaking for me to hear that from my angels. I remember I'm like, what? You can hear all my thoughts? And they're like, yes, from a very loving vantage point, yes. And I'm like, shit. But that's the truth. They can and they do, and they repeatedly do. Oh, I agree with you. I had thought that Rebecca had made a red rooming video, but this is so important. And it was Rebecca who is the one that came up with this red room. Oh my God. Talk about feeling better after. You know what I felt like after, when I just let out all that words and emotions? She's like, if you want to punch a pillow, punch the pillow and yell and get it out and make a letter to that person. And then have the letter and read the letter and tap while you're reading the letter. So you're releasing what's on this letter, and do the tapping and release it and let it go. Now I know better. Cool off, red room the shit out of that red room, and then approach the person. Because when I was done red rooming, it was like this eerie calm. It was quiet. I didn't have any thoughts or anger anymore. It was tripping me out. But I thought, wow, this is what it feels like when you get that out. Feels great. You're much calmer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, smaller portions, higher vibrational foods, really important right now. So important right now. I know you guys have a lot of questions, but I want you to remember, she can hear every single word you think in your head. All you have to do is say, Mary, can you come and help me? I have a few things that I need to speak with you about. And she'll hear every single one of them. Now, remember that, some of us, our souls chose these life experiences coming into this. When I first got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis and I was struggling to just eat food and I was in a lot of pain, I was banging my head against the wall in such a victim mode mentality. It was just such a victim. And I thought, wow, after 2 years, this really isn't working for me anymore. So what am I going to do about it? My body lost the ability to produce its own period. My menses wasn't coming, and I couldn't eat food, and I was down at I'd say about 100 pounds, and it wasn't a fun time. I was in a lot of pain. So I thought, okay, well, I've got to dig deep. I've got to be the one to turn this around. And first, it's going to start with how I view what this is. And I'm not going to be a victim anymore. And it's interesting because I also noticed that when I had health issues, my friends and family members, some of them just didn't want to be around me because they don't want to be around lower vibrational energy. And at first I took that very personally. But then I came to see that that's just people's adverse feelings towards being around low vibrational energy. So I don't take that personally anymore. Looking back at that. And so, I realized that experience, having that illness, my soul signed up for that. I knew that. And so there is free will here, but a lot of us have these issues in our lives because that is what our soul signed up for. But then wouldn't you agree that a lot of us are having issues because possibly, if you're fixated on, oh my God, my health. And, you're just worried about your health all the time. Well, you don't want to be doing that because you don't want to manifest more health issues. Am I right? It's a mixture. It's a mixture of your soul's agreement coming into this. She's like showing like a scroll, and then they can read on the scroll what your soul signed up for before coming into this life experience. So it's a mixture of this contract and agreement coming into this. Yes, ulcerative colitis was in my contract, among other things. She's talking about people and experiences that I've had in my life, also in this contract. But it's a mixture between that and our own free will choosing. It's just that most of us are not aware of our own vibrational frequency or the thoughts in which we house in our minds. And so we're not aware that by housing the same repetitive, low vibrational, entrenched thought, you can then actually manifest that into being into your life. So what do you think? So let's change that. Let's change that today. So what are you going to do when you have low vibrational entrenched thoughts within your mind? What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? She says she wants me to list it off. Hand it off to your angels repeatedly. If it's like 20, 25 times a day, you can even write it down on a piece of paper. Ooh, I just had a low vibrational thought about this. Write it down, write it down, write it down. So you'll have like a long list at the end of the day of the low vibrational thoughts that you house. And then in the right column, you're going to write down how that made you feel. Happy. Or you might have happy thoughts too. So you can put them down too. Fear, worry, doubt, lack thinking. And then you can look at oof, oof, and then all the low vibrational feeling thoughts you can then hand over to your angels. It's just your free will of handing it over, handing it off. And the more you do that, the more the angels come in to help you. And there are way more angels coming in right now. They're coming in droves. So I am not the only medium that has noticed this. They are coming. Am I right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, they are coming. And if you want more angels in your life, I'd like more angels in my life. So what are the other ways of being acutely aware? And when you're having a low vibrational experience in your life, a lot of grounding, self-care, self-love, taking good care of yourself. And it's also very important, the foods in which you put into your body, because this can influence and affect your own vibrational frequency. And she says it's also very important, the people that you have in your life. Friends and family members may change, and that is okay. If you start to ascend and raise in vibrational frequency, and your loved ones are not ready to come with you on this journey, certain decisions and choices will need to be made at some juncture, possibly, unless you are able to house your own vibrational frequency separate of them within the same space. She says that would be a challenge, but if you practice this. But she says, as I've experienced in my life, and I have, the higher vibrational you are, you annoy those people in your life that are lower vibrational. Wow, do you annoy them or what? They get irritated in your presence. And I remember at first I'd be like, what? Like what? What am I doing? I'm just being happy me here. But they're just more entrenched, and they're annoyed. And that's okay. Okay, so Jesus would like to have a word just before we close. For many of you, this is new information. And for many of you, this is repeated information. Irregardless, please practice being acutely aware of your thoughts, the thoughts in which you house within your mind, and your own vibrational frequency, knowing now that your own vibrational frequency affects those that are in your proximity, that are close to you, that are in your life, and the mass consciousness here upon the globe. He says this is like beginners 101 here on earth, learning this. And we are all in school. Mm-hmm. And he's really proud of us. He's really proud of us light workers. And he's sending each of us his love, lots and lots of love. Please call upon him should you choose, or if you feel like you need him, and he will be there. Amen. Amen. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, you guys. And lots of love to you. Love you.